All right. So thank you again so much for hopping on. And I titled this one, What Should I Be Doing? Because it's summertime, as we see Katie out there enjoying the sunshine in Alaska and the rest of us inside. I do have sunshine here, but looks like Jerry's got some sunshine beaming in too. But I know that all of us are hitting and getting into the exact same thing, and that is, hey, dude. I love it. Yeah, exactly. But I know all of us are falling into the same things. And that's what I wanted us to just come together as a group and talk about it and powwow about it and help each other just kind of move on to what we need to move on to next. So can you guys hear me okay? Is my connection okay? Awesome. And this is very much an interactive Zoom. That's what I want us to be able to do because, again, I am just like, hey, Melissa, I am just like each and every one of y'all. I have to work on my personal accounts. I have to reach out to my customers. I have to take my Thrive every day so that I feel incredible. And you know what? As you all have been doing this long enough, you know that even though we do our Thrive every day, we're not going to feel incredible every day. We're going to have some pretty shitty days. And we have to be able to get through those crappy days, as well, right? So those are some of the things that I wanted to come on here to do. First, we're gonna do this and keep it short, 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to go through some things that I wrote down, but I also want you guys to be able to jump in, talk about, ask questions, share, whatever you may be feeling as well. So again, back to what I titled it, what should I be doing? What you should be doing every single day is getting free accounts. And it's not always easy to get free accounts. Just like, how many of you use the 5-4-3-2-1? I use a method of the 5-4-3-2-1, and I'll just show you that because my day it's not all written down, but I just write it down on the side of my calendar. And the most important thing for us to do is our reach outs and our follow-ups, but names to the list and reaching up to a leader, for touching base. So that's my way of doing 5-4-3-2-1. I love the little printout that they have, but if I have one more thing that I have to add to do, I'm just not going to do it. But getting those free customer accounts, that comes from us out and about. That comes from us going to the grocery store. That comes from us going to the movies. That comes from us going out to eat. Katie was at the ocean and nobody was there with her, so she probably wasn't able to get a free customer account there. But, it starts with building a relationship with a person. You don't always have to ask for their email address, so you can send them information about Thrive. And that, I think, is where this business isn't for everyone. I think Thrive is absolutely, definitely for everybody. But if you're wanting to be 200K may not be for everyone because of the fact that you have to be on alert building your business every day, truly. So if you're adding those free accounts, what's the next thing that you guys do whenever you add a free customer account?
Ask them if they've ever heard of Thrive.
There you go. So you've set them up with a free customer account. And you've asked them if they ever heard of Thrive. Adding them to that What is Thrive page, because that is the backup plan. I call that kind of the backup plan because the fact that there's resources in there. And as we know, whenever we're in a group or we're in connected to someone on Facebook, the way that What is Thrive works is if Katie adds a new customer in there and she tags them on one of the files in there, well, guess what pops up to everyone that has ever tagged somebody on that What is Thrive? It pops up again in the top of that feed. So you know, not only is it benefiting Katie to get her person plugged into it, it's benefiting me and the people I've plugged in. It's benefiting Jerry and the people he's plugged in. It's benefiting all of us. So it's a win-win. And again, people are not always going to ask you the questions. You know, everybody on here, I know every single one of you, whenever you get frustrated or, you may not ask someone the questions that you need that's going to help you to get out of that spot. It may take a little while for you to get out of that spot. You may do your own research. You may do, your own connection somewhere. And that's where that What is Thrive group comes in. And then, of course, connecting them and introducing them to someone else that is you feel comfortable and confident connecting them to if they have a question about Thrive and you're not available. I like that because the fact that I want to be able to unplug from my Thrive business. I don't want to feel like I am their absolute only resource to thrive. And that's where that What is Thrive, and that's where that third party validation comes in. The next thing that I think that everyone should be doing is staying up on those calls and those Zooms. And it's different 200K groups, obviously. It's also from our Lavelle, the company, the fan page. How many of you still call into calls and listen? Yep. It's okay, Melissa, you've been out of the country for 2 weeks. It's okay. You're still catching up on mama duty and wife duty.
Right.
So, but the great thing about it is there's so many of those recordings out there. So don't feel like if you miss a phone call or you miss a Zoom, and y'all, I am so pumped to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you guys on here right now because I just threw it out there today. I know a lot of you are busy. I know you've got a lot of life that's going on, but that's why I'm recording it. And even if I just have one person that hops on with me, so I'm just not talking to myself every week, I'm going to do this every week. I don't know that I'll do it every Monday. I don't know that I'll do it in the evening, but I know that we're definitely going to do it. And I'd love to do like some different themes and some different ideas. But that's for us to decide, not for me to decide. So stay up on those calls, stay up on those Zooms. We've got some incredible videos that are in our cloud office. How many of you look at your cloud office every day?
Not every day, but.
Not every day, but. And that's the thing. As your team grows, you want to just look in there. It's not that you necessarily have anything particular that you're going to do, but, a lot of times what I have done, I'll go in and I'll check what our downline order history is for that day. And if I see an order that was placed by a customer, it's not on auto ship, if it's a personal customer, I'll reach out to that customer. If it's not a personal customer, I'll reach out to that promoter to say, oh, hey, Susie there, just placed an order for a pack of capsules and paid $14 too much for them because they're not on auto ship. So sometimes just looking in there, even if you've just got a couple of seconds, put it on your to-do list. How many of you use a to-do list? Yeah.
I'm happy.
Well, whether it's on your phone or it's on a piece of paper, I know Jerry's good about doing a to-do list. Regardless how you do, hey, Miss Jill, I see you hopping in. Regardless how you keep a to-do list, some days we feel like today, we're going on vacation tomorrow. So Ron and I have been going in 800 different directions today. And we actually only had 4 things on the to-do list. And that was, taking a niece to the airport, taking the dogs to the pet place, for them to have somewhere to stay while we're gone, and packing, and I think I went to the post office and I mailed a bunch of goodies out. So those are really the only 4 things, but I know that I did 400 things today. So it's very empowering and encouraging whenever you keep a to-do list and you check it off. So another thing that I want to encourage you to do, I know all of you that are on here right now are plugged into the 200K pages, the One Team, One Dream, the Team Do Big Things. Those are the things that, again, I don't have all the answers. I'm definitely here to help in any way that I can. But those are the things that I follow as well for ideas. Team Do Big Things. Right now, Amy I know a lot of you also are in that. The book that we're doing right now, Manifest Now. Holy cow. So much incredible information and encouragement that I'm getting from that. If you're wanting to grow and really take your business to the next level, the challenges that Sheila Falzoni does in her the page You Can Thrive team has been absolutely amazing. So I want to encourage you to check that out and follow that if you're not following that. How many of you follow Missy Crimp? Did you love that information today that she put on there? And it's like, oh yeah, I took the weekend off, but you know what? Monday through Friday, I'm going to get my butt into gear. So I love her, because of the fact, that she's older and she looks like a freaking beast. So it's very encouraging to me. But, and it's like, I'll go out here on my deck and I will do push-ups on the handrails of my deck, because that is exactly what she does, on park benches and things like that. So, and I encourage, customers to follow her, because the fact that A, she does thrive, and B, she does always do different things that is so beneficial and helpful. And the other thing that I really want to talk about is personal development. Because as much as we think we're doing great and we're doing good and life is awesome, life will also hit you upside the head when you least expect it. And, where, they always say you've got that fight or flight. That's another F word that you want to throw up there, whenever life comes at you. So it helps to program you and to put you back into place to where when things come up and things happen, so that, to keep yourself grounded and your focus on the positive side of things. And again, reading, audiobooks, YouTube, there's so many different resources that we can plug into. And I just want to encourage you guys to do that. How many of you working towards Jamaica? Yeah. I see a few hands. Checking that daily, and I know a lot of you are not 12K yet, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't hit 12K in July and August. But again, it's what you're doing today that is going to make the impact on your business and the growth that is going to keep that consistency. And I know a lot of you work full-time jobs. This is something that can be worked. Even though I do this full time, I think I was more consistent with my reach outs and my work, because the fact that I only had those little pockets of time whenever I was working at the bank, where now I'm like, what day is it really? Is it Monday? I didn't feel like that whenever I was working at the bank. I knew when Monday rolled around, I knew that I had to go to work tomorrow, So definitely just being purposeful, again, it is, thank God we can use it and do everything from our phone, but, just taking and being purposeful about those to-do lists and writing it down so that you know what you're doing. So I want to throw this back out to you guys, because I want, and I'm going to start with Mary Jo. So Mary Jo, start thinking about it. I've got Mary Jo, and I've got Katie, and then I've got Jerry. Two of the things that I was asked to talk more about was closing the deal. And when it comes to you, if you don't know how to close the deal, say, you know what, I need help with that too, and we'll skip you on that. Closing the deal and offering free or selling samples. Do you do that? How do you do that? So I want to just kind of get everybody's feedback on that, and we can just share what we're doing, or if we're not doing, or if that's what we need to really dig in and work on, then that's what we need to really dig in and work on. So Mary Jo, it looks like you're frozen right now, so I don't know if you can hear me or not. We'll skip Mary Jo. Mary Jo froze on me on purpose. Katie, do you mind getting started for us on closing a deal, what you do and how you do it?
Well, if somebody if somebody says, "Oh, I see, you're doing Thrive," or "What is that exactly?" And then we talk about it and say I got them an account, and maybe one more exposure, like an invite to one of the calls or whatever. I would, if they are still talking to me at that point, I will ask them, well, I mean, it sounds like you're ready. And then I'll either get, well, I need to talk to my husband, or, one of those, and I'll say, okay, well, and then I just kind of like peter out and I'm not sure what to do. And so I'll wait a few days and then they just kind of stop talking to me. But sometimes it works. So.
Good. So, I mean, and again, that's the thing that I want to share too, is that it's not that there's one size fits all. Have you ever seen those outfits in the store and you're like, one size fits all? No, they're not. It's just like the response on closing the deal. One size really isn't. It's not one response that's going to fit and going to do everything for everyone. Jerry, you're next on my screen. So do you mind sharing what helps you with closing the deal?
So the question is, how are you closing the deal? I'm assuming it means I'm talking to someone, they haven't said, yes, I'm ready to order, but they haven't said no. So they're in that horrible place where they're either not responding, or they're responding half the time, or every 3 times you reach out, they're polite to you and they respond again because they feel bad because they haven't been responding. So I think I heard one of my favorite quotes I heard is, don't close people, open them up so they can buy. So I think asking questions of people, offering more information to just be helpful. And the problem, what I've stopped doing is, when someone has been ignoring me, I've stopped reaching out to them. And I've stopping to reach out to them. So I have them on a follow-up list. So no matter what, until they have told me to stop messaging them, I'm still following up with them. I'm still sharing more information. So that could be, the DFT, the differences between the DFTs, that graphic. It could be a story on the Lebel page. It could be one of the specials that went out. Did you happen to notice it? So a variety of different things. And the hard thing for me, so I think the other thing that is probably makes it difficult to close people is trying to do it all on your own and not including someone else in a 3-way chat, or getting someone else involved. Even just in a 3-way chat, it doesn't have to turn into a call, but just in a 3-way chat message. What was the other one about samples?
Samples. Yeah. Offering samples. Do you offer them, and how do you offer them if you do?
Well, I think I've done samples just about every way you could do samples, and I've done them wrong mostly. I know I've gone through a lot of product with samples that is still sitting in someone's house, or they've thrown it out. I have no idea. So I've given out a lot of samples. A lot of samples probably been wasted, but so I've never charged anybody for a sample. I know that's an idea that some people do. I've never sold samples or charged for them, but I have. I've had a good conversation with somebody and they're willing to follow a few simple instructions, I will give them a sample. And probably most of the people, I would say that 80% of the people who have become customers have done that because they gave them a sample.
Very good. Very good. I was a sampler, so I definitely agree with the samples. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all that knowledge, Jerry. And that, what he just shared about how to close or what to do, in order to close, that book that I shared in our group the other day, and it was one of the books that Jerry had shared with me a while back. And again, we feed off of each other. There's so much knowledge that we share often. I'm trying to find the book, if y'all know which one I'm talking about. Icebreakers, Big Al with Icebreakers. And that was the thing, asking a question, would you like to do something about it? You hear people complain about their back, would you like to do something about it? Have you ever thought about doing something about it? Because like Jerry just said, it's giving them permission to invite you in to help them with their certain situation. That's another great question that I wrote down, and I love it, and it's like, I've known it. I've heard this audiobook, but I'd forgotten about it. Melissa, you're next. What about you on closing the deal? I have to brag on Melissa because she's so good about connecting with me. She does a lot of conversations without me, but whenever it's necessary, she pulls them right back into our third party, conversation there. So closing the deal and singles, and how you offer that, or how you take them to that next step.
Okay, so I was on a hot roll when I started in April, and then May was a good month. June has kind of been a little off the tracks, but that's okay. So closing the deal, I just did what you told me to do. Like when I first started, I was like, hey, what do I tell these people? And you were like, hey, just tell them this. And so I would send them a message, and it was like, hey, have you ever heard of Thrive? Got up their free account set up, and then I was like, hey, check this out. Let me know what you think. And they would come back with what they thought about it. And I said, hey, you want to give it 30 days? Are you willing to commit 30 days to it? And most everybody is like, yeah, sure. And I've thrown in all the promotion codes that I have to give them to help them get started. And then you and Tyron have been awesome and thrown deals their way too. So I think just incentivizing that initial commitment of 30 days has gotten people to say, okay, like I can afford this. And then I'm a person that likes to break it down by like, how much does it actually cost? Because I know I was talking to Angie the other day, and I'm trying to get her Thriving for free because she's been a loyal customer since I started. And she mentioned that when you mention $150, then people just stop listening. Like they don't want to hear it. So I try to break it down and show people how much it costs daily. So it's, $5 to $6. And then if I give them a 10% off or free shipping, then this is what they're saving. And I try to equate that to what they may already use every single day. And then I also tell them, like you told me, so you don't have to buy coffee anymore because you're not drinking coffee with it. You're going to start drinking more water. And that was like a big thing. If you're drinking sodas or coffee, you can take that cost and just throw it towards your Thrive. So to close the deal, when people say when they're ready to commit, then that's when I hop in with you. And I'm like, hey, let me introduce you to my friend Lisa. She's been doing it for 4 years. She is my go-to. She's got the answers. She can help us get the answers. And then you're really good about reminding me about the What is Thrive group, because when I first started, I was like, I don't know anything about that group. I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to add them. So now I'm getting better about adding them as soon as I get them their free account, just so that they can go and do more research. Which right now I'm having a little frustration with people that I guess they're just really busy, and they're like, oh, I will tag them in something, and then they won't go look at it. And I'm like, hey, did you check this out? Or they've started Thrive, and they're like, hey, I feel like crap. Like, I'm nauseous. I'm ready to throw up. Sorry, there's a big dog coming down my driveway. That's not my dog. So, yeah, sorry. This dog stinks. Go around the corner, buddy. It's a big oh my God, she's a Rottweiler. Sorry. The first time she scared the crap out of me on my driveway like a week ago. But anyway, so I'm seriously, she's right here. I'm not lying.
That is a big dog.
And she stinks. So I'm going to start walking so she can go to the pole barn and mess with Jay and Levi. But anyways, I know I'm getting long-winded, so yeah, I just try to plug them in with you, and then just trying to make them happy. And I'm trying to get my loyal customers to have them for free, but it's the whole price thing. As far as samples, I've given out samples just the way that you gave me my sample. So I just duplicated what you did, made copies of what you gave me, and I've had some people that have sampled that are like, okay, yeah, it's not like what I want, so they didn't want to commit. And I don't know, and I've tried to explain to them that it's merely just a sample to show the simplicity that they're not probably going to feel anything once it's a sample. So trying to explain that can be frustrating, because then they'll just like, and feel like, yeah, I don't feel anything, and then my hard part is this follow up. So that's what I got. I got to get rid of this dog.
Okay, go get rid of the dog. Thank you.
My battery died on my phone, so I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. Mary Jo, what do you have whenever you are closing the deal, or you can talk about sampling? That's the other thing that we're kind of talking about here.
Well, sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's like pulling teeth. You know, very much the same. I started off strong and people were interested and I had people come in. And then I saw the auto ship starting to fall away. Because I would check my customer account and on my team, and I would see it. So I'm calling, finding out, you know, is there something that you need help with? Have you checked your emails and seen the deals that are coming up? You know, like the free shipping, and recently, you know, that kind of thing, and just touching base with them. And every time I ask them if they want to get on a three-way call, if they have any questions, they're like, no, I don't want to be on a three-way call. I'm good. And I'm like, okay, but if there's questions that I need answers to, I immediately ask. And, you know, I'm humble enough to say I don't have that answer right now, but I'm going to get it for you. Right. And I follow up with them.
I'm going to interrupt you right there for just a second before you go on, just to say that right there, something that I want to encourage you to do, instead of asking for permission, and just do it once and see how it works and see how it feels to you. Because I never ask for permission whenever I connect. And I usually use Terry Rickliff. She's my, you know, Christy Martin is my next in line, but Terry Rickliff is the next one that's in line that's active. And she does a lot more interaction with me. I will connect them in a third-party message. I don't ask for permission. And I literally just say, hey, Susie, this is my friend Terry. She's been thriving longer than I have. If for any reason I'm not available, I want you to have someone else that you're comfortable with that you can reach out to. It's not, you know, oh, hey, this is, you know, this is my upline. This is my boss. This is, you know, nothing like that. Because, again, if someone would ever ask me, you know, is it okay if I connect you with my friend that is my upline, or my, you know, that she has more answers, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. So don't ask for permission, and just do it once and just see how it feels, you know. And again, I'm going to connect you. I want to introduce you to my friend Jerry. Jerry's been doing this longer than I have, and he knows a lot more about it. If I'm not available, I want you to have Jerry that you can reach out to, you know, or whomever it is that you're connecting them with. Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll give anything a try.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I like the way you worded that, Lisa. And I mean, for example, you're going to be going on vacation tomorrow, and I know you're really good about staying in the loop with everything when you're, you know, busy with other things. But some people, I mean, it's a good excuse to be like, hey, can I connect you? I'm going to be on vacation. You know, can I connect you? Or I'm going to introduce you to blah, 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 because I may not be, you know, at the ready with my phone. And it's just like whether you're on vacation or everyday life, it's like, hey, here's my friend so-and-so, in case I am unavailable, you know, she is a wealth of knowledge, feel free to reach out to her.
Absolutely.
But if not, no big deal. So I'll try that too, for sure.
Right, absolutely. And again, I have had people that do not respond to that third party connection that I've done with Terry. They don't reach out to me and go, "How dare you? Why in the world would you connect me to some strange woman?" They don't, it's nothing negative, but again, it's nothing, it's whether they will or they won't. And you know what? That's kind of like those auto ships that disappear, Mary Jo, no matter what we do. And that's why I do everything in my power, because no one reminds, Ron and I to wake up in the morning and take our capsules. No one reminds us before we packed, I think he brought the suitcases up, and before anything was in the suitcases, he had vitamins, and he was like, "What flavor shake do you want while we're gone? Which DFTs do you want to wear?" No one has to remind me to do that. But until it's a habit in these people's lives, we have to help create that habit. Just like Melissa was talking about, she had a lady that she connected to me the other day, and she was feeling nauseous, which is part of the detox, I'm sure. We just need to back it all way back for her. But you know what? She didn't want to communicate in that message with me at all. So, and again, I don't want to, we went longer than I even wanted to do. And so I know that I had some share and some did not. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off tonight, just because of the fact that I want to stop the recording. I'm going to keep you guys on here. We've got 6 more minutes, so we will continue it. So let me go ahead and end the recording.